Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Planet Football, where football talk never clocks out. We're your hosts, Adam, Chris, and Riley. Let's get right into the episode. Riley, what's our first topic today?
Like always, it's the hot takes we all missed. I went a little hotter than the rest and didn't get burned as bad as I thought I would because Miami actually put up a really good fight in the national championship and only lost 27-21. But I think Adam, you had the Texans beating the Patriots.
Yeah, I was way the hell off.
Well, if C.J. Stroud wasn't a dog shit quarterback, yeah, you probably would have had a better chance.
Yeah, four interceptions in the first half.
And what was yours?
Beautiful.
Yours, Chris, again? What was it?
My hot take? Goodness, I don't even remember.
Well,
Are we?
we
We
know it
don't even know
missed.
that it was wrong.
Yeah,
Are we
That
sure?
was Miami beating Indiana.
No,
No,
that was mine. That
I
was
had
mine.
Indiana winning.
I'm stupid.
Was it?
What was my hot take?
Was it the Bills beating the Broncos? Was that your hot take?
I don't think so. I don't think that would have been a hot take. I believed that truly. Um, what other games? Were there only two? No, there were four, right?
Well, you had Bears, Packers. Or no, you had Bears, Rams.
Oh, did I? I think I had the Bears over the
Yes, you had the
Rams,
Bears beating
maybe.
the Rams.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Which
But
But
was
you would have
not
been
like
right.
that could have happened.
You would
no,
have
it
been
easily
right
could
if
have
Caleb
happened.
Williams didn't shit the bed.
Yeah, well, that throw was very stupid. We don't know why it happened. Just a forced throw didn't need to happen, but we can talk about that a little later. First up, we have the college football segment again because there's not as much to talk about here than other segments, other than you have more portal drama, more tampering, more potential rules and regulations that need to be put in place as every day unfolds,
Yep, and a great national championship game.
and an
Oh yeah,
insanely
it was
good national
good.
championship game with the
Mendoza,
rightful
fourth and
winner,
5.
with the future Raiders Hall of Fame quarterback Fernando Mendoza.
Raiders? No, buddy. He's going somewhere else to be great.
Future Chiefs Mahomes replacement
Oh no,
Mendoza.
please no.
Yeah, after his fifth year option runs out at Raiders.
Yeah, after Patrick goes to the Miami for the Miami weather. Yeah.
No, actually, Patrick's going to the Panthers, according to
Yeah,
Adams.
Mahomes and Crosby
According to
and
Adams' NFL, his Madden playthrough, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's just a way of life. It has to
he'll
happen.
actually have a better career with the Panthers than he did with the Chiefs. It's gonna be crazy.
It is true.
One thing I want to talk about, and it just freshly happened today, and it's been the talk of the town all over a ton of the media sources, is Dabo Swinney called out Ole Miss directly, called out Ole Miss and the NCAA directly about tampering, saying he laid out an entire timeline of how it happened, when it went down, what was said, who said it. Even some surprise names got in there, Chris. You know, maybe some Giants quarterback, Jackson
Listen,
Dart's
as a
name got
Giants
thrown
fan,
around.
I'm just going to until more information is released, I'm just going to assume that he was like, "Yeah, you should play there. It's a great program," and
Open the Dart
that's as far as
files.
it went.
Open the Dart files.
Nope.
Release the Dart files. You know, release the Kiffin and Dart files. It happened. We all know it.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
It's gonna, you know.
as much as you hate him, he's right. The NCAA needs to pony up and enforce their rules. There is no debate about it. If coaches keep complaining and stuff keeps happening, and then you just throw away 90% of the players and only focus on 2% with the top people, you're going to start losing viewership. You're going to start losing what the sport was, which you already really have. Because, A, it's more annoying that you have these rules in place for tampering and you just don't do jack squat about them. And then B, you just don't regulate the portal at all. You don't have any type of rules. You let it be a massive free for all. You don't help the kids out in any way, and it's all for money. It's just all for money, and all these coaches that are on the front line seeing this are just annoyed by it because a they're either a victim of tampering or committing the tampering, or you could be Pete Golding Ole Miss. You could be crying like a little bitch about being tampered with one week and then tampering the next week. You know, Mister Pete DUI Golding. Thoughts?
Pretty much doesn't. It's pretty much Ole Miss. They've always
Yeah.
been pretty
Now,
shitty.
now I think like he maybe Kiffin, maybe he didn't learn from Kiffin. Maybe Kiffin learned from him. But
Nah, Kiffin's been doing that shit
oh yeah,
for
no,
years.
we know,
You
we
sure he
know.
wasn't just born that way?
Yeah, Kiffin was born. You know how in those cartoons you have an angel and a devil on your shoulder? It's just two devils. But I mean, Dabo even brought Dalton, even brought
Dalton.
even brought Kiffin up. And he's like, professionally, he understood why Kiffin left. Personally, he hated it. Dabo brought up some good points to me, though. There needs to be calendar changes. He said the transfer portal window needs to be after into the end of February to start of March. That way, kids aren't leaving in the playoffs. That way, coaches aren't getting fired mid-season half the time anymore. That way, people who get hired in the offseason have time to go back and build their program. And then, of course, the same old we've been talking about, the one-time transfer and the only exemptions for coach firing or anything else like that. And then if you transfer again, you got to sit out a year. You got to start enforcing rules like that. And then Dabo also said that you might have to start treating them like an employee because they're just getting paid anymore and it's unregulated. And if they're not treated like an employee, a lot of them are just cast to the side in the end. And a lot of these players just end up in the middle of nowhere with no more college, no more future in a program or anything like that, and they're trying to go back from zero. And it favors the 2% of players that will make the NFL one day, but that's only 2% of them. 98% of these players aren't making the NFL, and they need a future beyond that. And on top of that, not many people make it through 3 years in the NFL. Then they go bankrupt right after. And if 25 and 26-year-olds are going bankrupt, what do you think an 18-year-old or 19-year-old of that money is going to do? They're also going to go bankrupt. So you're setting these kids up for failure, and you need to have a support system to help them out. You need to have more rules and regulations. It's just how it is. Or either that, or your sport's going to die. Saban saw it. That's why he left early, and now Dabo's calling it out again. But yeah, there's so much to it. It's annoying at this point. And then you got schools like Duke who will sue their quarterback because he signed a legally binding contract, and then the court sided Duke, so he can't enroll or go any another school. And then he cries that he's trapped at Duke, and I'm like, yeah, you're trapped at Duke. You signed a contract. You're over 18. You know what this means. It is a lot to it.
Yep.
Good
Yeah,
input, Chris. Adam, say something.
the Gamecocks have been. The
I
Gamecocks
always have my blood today.
have been tampered with plenty. So they did this bullshit last year when we had Grambling State linebacker. They literally just overbid for him. And he was already committed and was ready to sign with us and everything like that. And then here comes Ole Miss being little cheeky fucks.
Well, the thing I like to point out to people is Luke Ferrelli wasn't committed to us. He was signed, enrolled in classes, and committing to team workouts. He literally signed his financial agreement or not the NIL, but like the financial aid agreement and the scholarship agreement, which are the two things that take you out of the portal and put you on a no contact list from outside coaches. So like the commits that get into a bidding war, it's also very annoying with that too. But like now that players are learning I can sign and still leave, now pen to paper means nothing. It just means absolutely nothing unless the school they're going to legally binds them into it and lets them know it. But then if you start doing that, now a lot of kids are going to want to start signing with you again.
How long has it been going on like this?
It's been going on like this from the start, but it gets worse every year.
Gotcha.
So like it's just
Do you think it's
progressively
like,
gotten worse.
What do you think is going to happen? Do you think this is like growing pains and the NCAA is going to evolve? Or do you
No,
think that it's going to crash and burn?
I don't think they are unless they do what Dabo's asking them to do, or like unless the coaches do what Dabo asked them to do. Because Dabo said he had a ton of coaches reach out to him with stories about tampering and this happening and blah blah blah, and he's like, "Cool, report it." If we all start reporting the tampering, if we all start trying to get the rules enforced, you force their hand. They have to listen. There's no debate about it.
Is this the Is this the most heat that this situation has gotten since it's been a problem? Like,
I
is it
think so. I actually honestly think the most heat it's gotten, and that's because
okay?
Dabo
Well, that could be
preachers
a good thing, right?
Dabo
Like,
preacher Sweeney doesn't shut up, and that be to the benefit and to the pain of Clemson fans. But right now, it's going to be the benefit of everyone because I guarantee you, 99% of coaches out there agree with Dabo. I guarantee you, Beamer agrees with Dabo. I guarantee you, everybody but probably Lane Kiffin and Pete Golding agree with Dabo because they're the ones who are benefiting the most from tampering. But I mean, the whole thing with Golding is they were literally fighting one of their players doing the same thing that they were trying to coerce our player to do, which is why I'm glad they lost that, and the NCAA granted him transfer portal. So, Ole Miss from Clemson, and I can probably bet you from a lot of Gamecock fans, go fuck yourself.
now, let's say you have ultimate power. Okay, this is a hypothetical scenario, right? I know kind of how you want things to be. You just went over it. What would you do to punish the teams that are involved in this sort of behavior? What do you think would be an appropriate punishment for them?
They would have to somewhat financially compensate the school that they did it to. And then, honestly, because I deem that player transferred in an ineligible way and will play in an ineligible way, they get a 1 year postseason ban. Like, no bowl game, no playoffs, no nothing. You just got to sit there and think about the consequences of your actions. Yeah, either that or you got to go back to the old days where they did the death penalty on SMU and restrict scholarships again, slap massive financial penalties on them. My whole thing is like if Clemson goes through with the case I think they want to go through, they will have to pay $2 million for Ferrelli. They'll have to match that back to Clemson 2 million. They'll have to match what Clemson's contract with Ferrelli was, 800K. And then if Clemson wins the case, Ole Miss will also have to pay for lawyer and legal fees. So they could be spending upward of $5 million on a quarterback Clemson valued at 800K. So I think there's no more slaps on the wrists. Either that or like teams that you typically don't have repeat offenders with, you do like a strike system. Like this strike is financial. This strike is, loss of this. This strike is loss of
Yeah,
that. But like if it's a repeat offender, no more like
make an example of them.
make an example. Like this is the perfect time for the NCAA to regain their control of this situation, which has gotten out of hand. I don't know, Adam, have you seen the college basketball stuff?
Oh yeah, with the Alabama
Yeah,
guy.
with the Alabama
Mm-hmm.
and the Ohio State guy. This has gone out of hand. This is your time to say enough is enough. You need to make an example of a team, and nothing's as cut and dry as Ole Miss right now. So it's like, I for the Ole Miss fans that don't like what they did, I'm sorry, but if anything needs to happen, the NCAA needs to make an example out of Ole Miss. That's it, you know. But there's just a lot to it. Like I said, you change the window. If you move that transfer window back to February and back to March, uh, like I said, you protect your postseason. Dabo even said like the NCAA is the only athletic, professional thing that does not protect their postseason. They just let it go willy nilly. They have kids enter in the postseason. They have coaches leave right before a playoff run. It's it's just mind-boggling how they let it get to this point and not try to control. This is a If they just tried to control it from the start, we wouldn't be here. But no, they let it go all free will and no regulations and thought that would be better. Actually, they drew back regulations. There were stricter regulations pre NIL, and then they drew them all back. So, all
Just
Yeah.
right, my
to
rant
play.
is
Oh,
done.
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we won't sit here any longer. We have more stuff to talk about.
What do I have?
Did we
Y'all have
talk?
no say. My turn. I'm kidding.
um, we probably should talk a little bit more about the championship game. I
Yep.
know we talked a little bit about it, but it was a big event that just happened in the world of college football, so probably
Yeah.
important to go over it. I will say you were right about the game being closer. I
Yeah.
really didn't think it was going to be as close as it was. Um, especially after that first half, where
To
it
be
looked to me
honest,
like, oh, yeah,
this is the first year watching the national championship I felt that the two best teams actually met each other.
really, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, like pre first time in the 12 team playoff. And that's only 2 years in, so not much. I mean, other years like when it was a 14 playoff, we knew the best teams were meeting each other, but it's just at least with a little bit of expansion, even though I've been against it mostly, you see a team like Miami who took a couple of dumb losses, or a team like Ohio State who took a couple of dumb losses, still be able to go in and take down these top teams in succession and still undoubtedly be like, yeah, we were just that good. We just took stupid losses in the regular season. We're just a better team than people made us out to be. But also, Indiana, perpetually the worst football team in all of college football ever, finally gets their national championship. Does that give you hope, Gamecock fan Adam?
Hell no.
Yeah, it wouldn't give me hope either.
Yeah,
We're
because
gonna
your
be
coach ain't Kirk
perpetually
Signetti.
mad.
I think if anything, it just means that like, oh great, now the number of teams that have a shot has suddenly like broadened because of how things have changed, and if the right team gets the right coach in the right situation, you know,
Yeah, Indiana's here to
it could
stay
it could
too.
literally be anyone.
He's built. I'm the way you look at Signetti and that team right now. He has built them for multiple championships. This ain't gonna end anytime soon. They he might be your new up and coming like Kirby Smart, your new mecca. Just the way he's building it at the moment.
Wow.
So I mean, he's got the number 2 portal class coming in. He's trending to get a top 10 2027 recruiting class. If he did this with these 3 stars with experience, think of what he's going to have with 4 stars with experience, 5 stars with experience. Oh boy, it's going to be fun.
Well, also his recruiting's only gonna get better,
Yeah,
right? Like
no,
people are gonna watch him as a coach and they'll be like, I want to play for that guy.
yep, no, he's going to be. It's literally like a you're watching a Nick Saban, and it's like I want to play for that guy. I want to play for that guy really badly. Like it's
Yeah,
not even a
he's a
financial
winner.
thing. It's not even an NIL thing. It's like I just want to go be coached by Kurt Signetti, and that's what it's going to turn into. Because watching the way he coaches, I just don't understand why he wasn't Bama's first call when they fired Saban. I don't understand that anymore.
I couldn't tell you.
Eh. Mostly because of just big names. They definitely were trying to go after Lane Kiffin, and Lane Kiffin was just like, no. And so
Dodged a bullet
they
there.
scrambled because that's not like Alabama just boom, okay, Kalen DeBoer. Like that was such a
Yeah,
fucking random ass move.
because it's not even like a former Saban coaching staff. Is a
No,
completely different dude, and yeah, he took
new coach.
Washington to the playoffs, but that doesn't mean he's that good of a coach. He just got the right situation. I mean, he had the Heisman, he had Michael Penix. Of course, he was going to make the playoffs, and they still lost, so it didn't even matter. But
Yeah, I just yeah, I don't know, but
I'll
I know Duke did. Oh, go
no,
ahead.
you go ahead. I was just about to say something about Duke. You kind of read my mind
Yeah,
there.
Duke won that lawsuit. Let's go.
Yeah. So that lawsuit pretty much blocks Darian Mensah from going to enrolling or signing with another school because he legally contracted himself to Duke for those years for $8 million. There is no buyout. You can't. Miami didn't put that in there, or Duke didn't put that in there to buy it out. Miami just said we would buy it out, but Duke said no. It's not how it works. But you're gonna see a lot of these new NIL slash contracts popping up be more legally binding now because of these two situations with Luke Farrelly and Ole Miss and Darian Minsa and Duke. Because you got to make an example of someone. If you can't have them do this to your program. You gotta be loud and you gotta be proud. That's it.
Loud and proud.
Yep.
I think I don't know as much about the situation as you do, but I think it'll go well. I mean, we'll see.
Well, all that really has to happen is when they go to the NCAA place, they just even if Ferrelli like deletes the text messages between him and Ole Miss, if you
I love how
subpoena the phone and Apple, they will get you what you need. So those
real.
text messages don't go away. They
I
can
love
get the evidence.
how we said, all right, let's switch over to the
Goes
national
right back to
championship
it.
game,
Yeah.
and then went
Okay.
right back into this conversation.
Actually, talking about the national championship game, Miami's got a hell of a defense. They did great, but Indiana just
Yeah,
overall was the better team. You know, you had the Heisman at quarterback leading that team. You have solid running game, really good outside receivers. I mean, Charlie Decker, man, the be able to just throw a random back ball, backside fade to him on a route that he's not even looking at you and he just knows to go back and get it is insane. That's
yeah,
he was a 3-star talent that was overlooked. He was recruited to Indiana by current Clemson defense coordinator Tom Allen, but he stuck with them through his years and didn't transfer out. And now look at it, he's completely changed his stock. Um, and then the defense for Indiana, man,
yeah.
albeit Miami's
With a little bit of
offense.
help from Carson Beck.
Yeah, well, Miami's offense isn't the best, but it is still an offense that will win you big games, unless you're Beck
Yeah,
trying to win a game. I think Beck has 6 losses in the NCAA, and 4 of them are on game-losing turnovers caused by him. So, yeah,
you ready for him to become an NFL legend?
yeah, he'll be a Jets legend.
Yeah, yeah, Jets legend.
Jets
Yeah,
legend
but it's the
Carson
kind of
Beck.
legend that like Germans tell their kids in the storybooks. You know,
Do we
like old
do
German
instead of the
folk
butt
tales.
fumble, we do the groin fumble?
I got a fumble on we need to talk about.
Oh no,
Uh, we're not there
that's
yet,
right, we
buddy. We're
do.
not there
We've
yet,
got a
buddy.
lot of fumbles to talk about, don't we?
We're not there yet. Wait your turn. You will get your Josh Allen hater
Bro,
segment. Go off, white boy.
he's like a rabid dog right now, just waiting to be
Yeah,
unleashed.
you can hear him foaming at the mouth to bark at Josh Allen.
Yeah, we're getting there. Don't worry. You'll have your time in the sun. We
You
promise.
will. No, Indiana wins a good one. And Miami played a lot better than people thought. But I'm like, I kind of figured this was going to happen because Miami's defense was star-studded. Those 2 defensive ends, like we said, Ruben Bain and Mesidor, are insanely good. So uh,
Yeah.
there's not much solution when they can just slam your right tackles and left tackles right off the bat. It's just a violent first step. That is how good they are.
Yeah. No, they impressed me. I thought that Indiana was just going to run away with the game. It ended up being a lot closer than I anticipated. I will say it took Miami a little bit to decide to start running the ball,
Yeah, I
and I
know.
thought that was an interesting choice.
You ain't winning that
I
game
know
on
we were
Beck's
all kind
arm.
of yeah. Uh, they were having a lot more success once they did start.
Yep.
I mean, it's a national championship. For Indiana, if you were an Indiana fan going into this season, you literally could not have asked for a better season. Like undefeated national championship Heisman winner. Like you would have never dreamed of it. Like if you told I think their odds for winning were literally like 100 to 1 or higher at the start of the season. Like if you would have told an
Yep.
Indiana fan, "Hey, guess what? You're going undefeated this season. You're winning the Natty, and your quarterback is winning the Heisman." I mean, I'm sure they'd be
They would have
happy to
probably
hear it,
punched you
but
in the
they'd be like, "No,
face. They probably
that's
would have
not
like
happening."
decked you right in the face. Like
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
And sure enough, yeah, they think that you were making fun of them.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
yet, here we are after the national championship game with an undefeated Indiana team that won the national championship with a Heisman quarterback,
Dude,
a Heisman winning quarterback.
the crowd staying after the game to serenade him by singing Fernando by ABBA was one of the coolest things
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Good for him too. I mean, really good for him. He's
He
willing to take the shots for his team, you
he's
know?
got the stuff to make it. He's definitely got the stuff to be a star in the NFL too. So you're going to be seeing still a lot more of him. He's just a winner.
Yeah, he seems like a good kid. I wish him the best. Hopefully the Raiders can protect him.
Yeah, I can. You know what I can hear in the background? I can hear Adam wanting to be released like Malum Cato.
Yeah. So let's talk about last week's NFL game.
All right, Adam, your time to shine.
Hold on. Yeah. We'll go
No,
straight into it. We're not doing fraud alert this week.
Adam, your
Instead, we're
time to
doing
shine. It's an Adam
what's the word?
special. Josh Allen hater segment. The notes for this are just go off, white boy.
So,
Oh God, he turned his mic up.
as,
He's ready,
so,
bro.
can you hear me?
Yep,
Yeah,
you're
we
good.
can. Oh, trust me, we can hear you.
Go ahead. We'll be
Okay.
Tell us
quiet.
about the Bills and the Broncos, Adam.
So this was I thoroughly enjoyed this past game between Denver and the Bills. Just legendary, you know. Had some historic moments in it, had some controversial stuff. Um, but most importantly, you had one of the biggest just disappointments from Josh Allen once again in the clutch. You know, for the supposed uh, best player in the league, face of the league bullshit said by Rex Ryan and all those fuckers and Dan Orlowski, all of them just glazing this man, even though he had 4 fucking turnovers and 2 game-winning missing throws because he can't get it done. He is not the best player in the world. The best player in the world currently is still Patrick Mahomes. He is the face of the league, whether they like it or not. He will remain the face of the league, whether they like it or not. Josh Allen he is the athletic version of Peyton Manning in terms of just getting glazed. Peyton Manning was ass. He never
Oh
won.
man!
He
Whoa,
never won
whoa!
in the big time moments.
Hey,
He was
this
always
this
carried.
this was the
How
Josh
can
Allen
We're
hater
going to-
segment,
we
not
are
the
going
Peyton Manning hater
nuclear.
segment. Where are we going with this one?
Bro, I told you let me cook.
Okay.
Bro's
These
burning down
guys.
the kitchen.
So both of them, when we need them to be clutch in the clutch moments, they can get it done in the regular season. Yes, that's all fine and dandy. But when you need it to be done in the playoffs, neither of them are getting it done. Josh Allen had the number 1 pass defense in the NFL for him, and he also had the league leading rusher in James Cook. However, did fumble 6 times this season, which also led the league. But however, still the leading rusher and had multiple touchdowns. Most of them stolen from him. He should have more because Josh Allen loves to pad his stats. However, this is going to be Josh Allen's updated agenda for his past career. No playoff wins against Mahomes, never led the NFL in any major passing stat, never first team All Pro, never made a Super Bowl, 2-6 in playoffs after the wild card, 1 playoff game winning drive, 1 road playoff win, 0 overtime wins. Moving on, also never passed for 40 touchdowns, never won a playoff game when his defense gives up more than 25 points. You know who has? Mahomes 4 times. 0-2 at home in the playoffs against Mahomes and Burrow. Mahomes' defense gives up more points per game in playoff losses than Josh's, so you can't blame the damn defense. And here's another stat for you. Number of touchdowns, passes with over 40 yards in the last 3 seasons for Josh Allen, it is 1. So how can you tell me that his deep ball is so great it is completely overrated? That Dawson Knox throw was a complete disaster. Walk-in touchdown, he's made that throw 100 times, and he missed it because they needed it, and he can't get it done in the clutch. Let's move on to some more interesting stats here about Josh Allen. He's had Cook, Kincaid, Knox, Shakir, Dawkins, etc. And still, he shows up short. They blame the coach, Sean McDermott, But every single time, Josh Allen has scored 3 points in 7 overtime games. He's had the ball to win in 6 of those. So how can you tell me he is as great as he is? And let's pull up his overtime stats. Bills in overtimes with Josh Allen, it's an 0-7 record. In 2019 at Houston, he had 0 points for 28 yards. 2020 at Tampa Bay, 0 points for 6 yards. 2021 at KC, that was the only time he never got the ball. He had 0 yards for 0 points, understandable. 2022 against versus Minnesota, he had 0 points and 52 yards. 2023 against the New York Jets, he had 0 points and 3 yards. In 2023 against Philly, he had 3 points for 38 yards, and then in 2025 against Denver, he had 0 points for 29 yards. Josh Allen's career in overtime is 11 for 26. That's a 42% completion percentage. He has 85 total passing yards. That is 3 yards per pass average. He has a 0 to 2 interception ratio, and he has a passer rating of 19. How is that possible? He is the most overrated quarterback, yet for some reason he's the media's darling. He doesn't get none of the disrespect. Lamar has a better record in overtime than Josh Allen does. He's 5-4 in overtime, and he never gets the hate that Josh Allen doesn't get. Josh Allen will be crowned the reason why they win every single time in every single win, but he will never be given any sort of blame in any losses. It's always somebody else's fault. That's why he got his damn coach fired. The defense in that whole entire game gave up 16 points off of with no turnovers. 16 points. If you include turnovers, they gave up that 33, I think it was 33 points. They gave up all of that. So you cannot blame the defense and you cannot blame your head coach for when he underthrows that Brandon Cooks ball was massively overthrown or underthrown. He had what's his face had him by a whole complete step and underthrew him to where he had to jump up to catch the ball. And obviously, that's not what he needed to do. He needed to be on target. He also threw a terrible interception by putting way too much under it to a wide receiver that was double covered. He then, at the end of the half, the biggest turnover of all. Do you think Sean McDermott went out there and told the man, yeah, go out there and dance around and ooh, wow, yeah, go get the first down, yeah. He didn't make him completely have one hand on the ball. That is never, ever taught by any coach in America to let that ball go willy-nilly. And guess what? It came back to bite him like it always damn does in the playoffs when he's trying to just fuck around because he's not that serious. He's not a big-time guy when you need somebody to be that big-time guy. And he gets no hate for it from the media whatsoever. Dan Orlowski had to be called out on freaking TV, and he was a bitch by apologizing on Pat McAfee. But there has to be a time. He's getting involved with the coaching. You're going from Sean McDermott to possibly Phillip Rivers. How is that such a great transition, you know? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. You're going to blame Sean McDermott, but then you're going to go hire Phillip Rivers, who also notoriously couldn't get it done in the clutch. So, what's he going to teach him? How to keep losing? So, it's just that the ownership is terrible. They went out and blamed Sean McDermott for drafting Keon Coleman. It was totally the opposite of what happened with Xavier Legette and the Panthers. Dan Morgan said, we need to give our guy time. And the Bills basically just went, no, this was a stupid-ass freaking draft pick. It's awful, and the coaching staff's to blame, not the GM, not the ownership that has been perpetually terrible before everything and before Sean McDermott. Guess who got you back to the playoffs? Sean McDermott. And it's just all the blame is being put on Sean McDermott when it's clearly Josh Allen's fault for not being able to get it done in the clutch. And he has to start getting hate. He has to start getting criticized because if you go and have him involved in this hiring process, that means that it's going to be on him. It's the same thing with like Giannis. Giannis got Mike Bud fired because of with just the inconsistency in coaching. And guess what? He was in the process for hiring Adrian Griffin. And guess what? They fired Adrian Griffin at midseason point. So it doesn't. You got. This is a big moment for him. If he cannot get it done with a new coach, I think people start to finally recognize that this 30-year-old bum is a bum. He is a good quarterback, but when you need him to be clutch, he is a utter bum. And that is my segment on Josh Allen and why he needs to be called out for his fraudum and his ass play in the clutch when you need it. He is ass when you need it.
Wow. I mean, the white boy truly did go off.
White boy went off. White boy had receipts.
White boy went off.
I
Listen,
agree with the Sean McDermott thing, man. I think that's bullshit. I think he's a phenomenal coach, and I don't think the hunches that were keeping him from winning in the playoffs were him. I think it was a lack of talent on the offensive side. I think it was a lack of like clutch play from your quarterback. You know, I understand that in that overtime game you faced a hot Mahomes who won, but maybe you should have been leading the whole game and not giving them a chance to get into overtime. Maybe you shouldn't have been trailing. You know, maybe you shouldn't have. What's it called? Gave them a chance to tie it with a field goal. Maybe you should have just been controlling the game and been in control if you're as good as you say you are. I kind of agree with that. Like the McDermott thing is what really pissed me off because I think someone's gonna get it. It's like the Vrabel situation. One of those teams is gonna get a steal of a head coach.
yeah, whoever picks up McDermott's going to have a really good option there. Um, so I agree with some of the things that you said for sure. The one thing you said, definitely the way the media's been treating him, they don't they give him all the credit when he does great, which is great. You should give people credit when they do something good. But you also have to like you have to say when they fail, right? Like you can't just throw that under the bus, right? Listen, it's something that you said, Adam, that I thought was really interesting, and it made me realize was when you were like, "Hey, they give him all the props when he's the reason why they win the game, right? They tell him about it." And I think that that's true. I think a lot of the times he is the reason why they win games. However, I believe he's also the reason why they lose games, right? Maybe you could say that's because of the roster, the talent, the team's not good enough, the way the team's built. The way that team is built, he has to play well in order for them to win. That's a problem because that means if he doesn't play well, they're not going to win. I just that's just how it is, right? He had a bad game against Denver. He played bad. He turned the ball over 4 times. You cannot turn the ball over 4 times and win in the NFL unless you're the New England Patriots and you're playing against C.J. Stroud. But other than that, like it's on him. It is on him. Now, I do not have the clear hatred for Josh Allen. I actually like him. I think he's very good. I think he can. I think he can succeed in the NFL. I think he can succeed in the playoffs. I think there are things that he needs to work on, and I think the team definitely needs to. Something needs to change. I don't think it was McDermott.
He's
I think
30 years
McDermott
old.
was. He's still got time. 30,
Yeah, but
30 years old.
He shouldn't be having high school mistakes in NFL games.
Not everybody's going to play a perfect game every time. And he failed. It was his
The
fault.
the
But
the
like
bear
doesn't mean that
the,
it doesn't take away from his talent or his ability. It's just he
Chris,
failed.
the bare minimum is holding on to the ball when you're scrambling
Chris,
by touching it.
Yeah.
Chris, I've watched
That
Dak
fair
Prescott
enough.
have 3 of the worst defenses ranked all time in the past 5 years, and he gets nothing but the damn blame for every single loss the Cowboys has. Everyone. We had the worst defense, one of the historically worst defenses the Cowboys have ever had, and Dak gets the blame. But when Josh Allen does something like he lost the game on an interception, he's the reason they lost.
Well,
But
it is his fault.
he did great.
It is his fault,
You
though.
know, he tried. You know, it
No, I'm
wasn't
not saying that it's not his fault, though.
the team let him down
Like,
around him. I get it, but it's just I've put up with this shit since 2016 with Dak Prescott, and it does get racking on my nerves the way they defend some quarterbacks and the way they dog out some other quarterbacks. If Dak Prescott played the way he was on the Cowboys on any other team, he'd be praised, and that's it. It's
Justin Herbert method.
it's so man. I don't even want the Cowboys.
Exactly how you feel.
I don't even want the Cowboys to win a Super Bowl. I want Dak to leave us and win a Super Bowl somewhere else. Just to prove it.
that's crazy.
Just to prove everything. Like, it's so annoying. And then on top of that, I have to deal with Gerard Jones. But it's just like, I hate to say it. If Cam Newton did the same thing as Josh Allen, or Dak even did the same thing, 8 straight years of playoff losses, Josh Allen, they're dogging out Cam and Dak. And I hate to say it, it might be a race thing. It just
It
might
is a
be.
race thing.
Yeah. And it's just like, I always wondered because Romo did the same shit as Dak, but you know, Romo was universally praised by everyone. And I sit here
Yeah.
thinking, I'm like, Dak's better than Romo. What are we talking about?
Also,
Was he?
fucking Tony Romo again in the damn. I listened to his ass in the freaking commentators booth glaze a fucking clear underthrow by Josh Allen. He's like, that wide receiver has to make that catch, even though it's literally on the ground before they get to it.
No, Romo would have. It's that one meme. Yeah, that's what I would have did. I would have did that. Professional bum reacts.
Yeah.
Like, my God, I loved
Um,
Romo, but if Dak was a white boy, they wouldn't be shit talking him as much as they do.
I do agree that it's not fair for Dak the way that he's played.
Well, Lamar.
Now Lamar too, man. Lamar's been putting up some insane stats too.
Yeah, I feel like. Do you guys not feel like Lamar is treated fairly? Like when he plays really well, they're like he's insane, and then if he fumbles the ball, they're like he fumbles the ball.
No.
No, you don't think so? Because I feel like he gets his praise pretty often by a lot of people.
It's
Like we all know he's incredible.
been this way since the end of the league.
Yeah. Well, that was a great segment, Adam. Actually, you really went nuclear there.
Yeah,
that
you
was,
really
that was,
were prepared for that.
that
one.
was
That was awesome.
that was a lot more than I thought it was about to be. But I should have figured
Yeah.
since you were preparing for it all week. So
Kind of crazy to call out Peyton Manning.
yeah, the
again
Peyton
there,
Manning
too,
thing
though.
was so unexpected to me.
Two-time Super Bowl winner Peyton Manning. That's wild, you know.
Well, and all the times he won the damn Super Bowl was when Brady wasn't involved.
That's not true.
Well,
the
the Broncos
Seahawks
did beat.
blew his back out.
Yeah, that's true. And also, the Broncos did beat the Patriots in the AFC Championship in 2013, right?
Yes.
That was the year that the Broncos went and lost to the Seahawks, I want to say.
Yes.
No.
Yes, it was 20-18. Broncos went. That was the year the Broncos had 55 passing touchdowns with Peyton Manning,
Yeah.
the most passing touchdowns in a
Yeah, and guess
regular
what?
season for a
We
quarterback.
got the shit kicked in by the Legion of Boom.
All
They
right.
sure did.
Let's move forward to these games now.
Yeah, championship weekend here, conference championship weekend.
2 games.
We got some good ones.
Broncos, Patriots. Obviously, the big elephant in the room. No Bo Nix, but I still believe the Broncos can win the game. There isn't a debate about that. They still. I feel like with how Sean Payton calls plays, all you have to do is not be C.J. Stroud and throw 4 interceptions and fumble once. That's it.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I've got the Patriots here.
No,
There's
I still
another-
have the Patriots, but you don't have to do anything too special if you're Jared Stidham. You just have to take care of the ball and trust your defense.
Yeah, I agree, but I think he might struggle against that Patriots defense. He hasn't played a game in 2 years. The games he has played, he hasn't been incredibly impressive. Uh,
Well,
and
it's Stidham. I'm not saying
yep,
Stidham's
but
going to be good.
also that Patriots team may have a little bit of insight, right? Because Josh McDaniels coached him
Yeah.
when he was the backup on the Patriots. I just, you'd think maybe like, oh, he doesn't have a lot of film, might be to his advantage because it often can be. But I don't think it will be in
Uh,
this case.
I
And
agree,
I think that the
Chris.
Patriots defense is very solid.
I think the Patriots win,
So
and it is, to me, it comes down to Drake May is better than Stidham, and that there's no debate about that. But it's
for
just like
sure, absolutely.
in the end, the Patriots have their quarterback, and the Broncos don't, and it's
Yeah,
unfortunate for the
you are
Broncos
right though.
because they won't even have J.K. Dobbins either. Dobbins will be out, so that hurts too.
You are right though in that if the Broncos play a mistake-free game and the defense really steps up, they can win.
Oh yeah,
They absolutely can
it'll
win.
be
I just think
a
that it's to the Patriots' favor.
grinder of a defensive game, but yeah. Um, I know what
Yeah.
Adam
Now,
you
Adam,
picked.
you actually
You
picked the
picked the
Broncos, didn't
Broncos to
you?
win.
I told you because I knew he was gonna shit the damn bed.
No, no, you picked them to beat the
No, you picked the
Patriots.
Broncos to beat the
Oh,
Patriots, dumbass.
oh,
We're
my
not
fault.
talking about Josh Allen anymore.
Sorry.
He's gonna
Yeah,
say
what
the
is
same
that?
shit about
Because
Drake May next week. He's gonna say the same exact shit. Hold on.
I still have some stats that I missed, but
We
Well,
can save them for
we
another
can go over
episode,
them
buddy.
yeah,
another time, Adam.
I just it's the same thing with Drake May. I don't know if he can get it. Is it you're gonna be at Denver, so
Yeah, yeah, the
they're not gonna
altitude's gonna
be
play a part.
the altitude's gonna play a factor. It's Drake May's like first AFC Championship game. I know their
Drake
defense is
May
good.
May.
Yeah,
Oh,
Drake May.
yeah. Drake, no, his
No,
nickname
it's
is
it's
Drake.
Drake
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 May May.
May.
Well,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I think that I think it's going to be tough for him, even without Bo Nix. Um, but yeah, I think the Broncos defense is really good, so that's
You
what's
think that's
giving
what's
them
gonna
the
give
edge.
him the victory?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
when
think.
Tom Brady
See,
comes
I
out at
think.
halftime to replace Jared Stidham.
Well, then we might be cooking then. But I do think the Broncos defense is really good. Uh, However, I think the Texans defense is better. And if Drake May can perform better than he did against Houston, they'll be all right. What he needs to do is not fumble the ball. That's what he needs to do, right? If he can work on his ball security, I think it'll be better. Because he can move the ball, right? He can throw the ball. Now, the Broncos do lead the league in sacks this year, so that might be a problem. Um,
Yeah. Um.
but it's all going to depend on if he's able to get the ball out on time, how much time he has in the pocket, and his ability to not turn it over.
Did you see?
Right? Because if he starts turning the ball over like crazy, the Broncos could definitely come out with a victory if they don't make as many mistakes on
Did you
offense.
see Kayshawn Booty and Sean Payton throwing shots at each other?
I saw Sean Payton said some pretty wild. Did you guys see that bulletin board material of like, oh yeah, they're gonna have plenty of time, 2 weeks to rest until the next one
Yeah.
after
Yeah,
the win.
he's just that's how Sean Payton is. He's just a cocky son of a
He's a
bitch.
rage baiter,
Yeah, well,
man.
that's either Now, granted, you can think like, oh, that's gonna come to bite you in the butt, but also at the start of this season in August, like he was like, this team can win a Super Bowl, and it's looking like, well,
He wasn't wrong.
maybe they could. Maybe they could win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
I don't think they will, but maybe they
It's gonna be
could.
on him
Now,
now.
speaking of Super Bowl winners, the Seahawks and Sam Darnold this year.
Yes. The
Yeah, it's
Seahawks
gonna be
and the
Seahawks,
Rams.
no matter
This is
who plays.
this game is some people's Super Bowl. Is this game, the Seahawks Rams game? They think
uh,
like
I'll
these are
let
the
y'all
two
know
best
it's
teams.
gonna be my hot take, so get ready for that.
Yeah.
Don't, dude.
Here's what I'll say.
Get ready for it. Get ready
Seahawks
for it.
Rams. This is a really close matchup. They've played each other twice this season. I'm sure you guys have heard this statistic before. It's been going all over the place. But in the two matchups that they've had against each other, the Rams have scored 58 points and have moved the ball 830 yards. The Seahawks have scored 57 points and moved the ball 829 yards. All right. They are perhaps evenly matched. Now, personally, I think the Seahawks are better than they were the last time they played against the Rams. I think they're just good. Obviously, they do have some, Charbonnet is not going to be in. They still have Kenneth Walker. Um, I just
In my head, the
this is
Seahawks on paper and in real life, in every facet, are the better team. But
I
the
think so
NFL
too.
script is gonna script the script, if you know what I mean.
I I
Stafford's gonna
don't have
retire on a Super Bowl and an MVP. I don't make the rules, Goodell does. Don't blame me.
okay. Um, maybe I think if there is a team to beat the Seahawks, it would be the Rams because of how they match up, and also like
Well,
the
they beat him
Seahawks' one
once.
sort of weakness defensively is the Rams' greatest strength.
Well, the Rams, the Rams beat him once already, and obviously that was a
Yes,
really bad Sam Darnold game. It was really close. Then
yep,
the second
four
game, they
interceptions.
were up 16 and just blew it in the fourth quarter.
Yep,
And they had a chance to still win that one. So if there is a team that could beat the Seahawks, it is the Rams.
it's the Rams. Yes,
Again, it's a
absolutely.
divisional matchup. They've seen each other a couple of times. They know each other, which is why it'll probably make this game even better than people think. So it'll be a
Yeah,
nice
I'd like
little
to point
matchup.
out as well
Also, they'll
the
have Devonte
Rams.
Adams this time. They didn't have him last game.
Yeah, I would like to point out as well, right? If we're getting to the I mentioned earlier that for a lot of people, this is their Super Bowl. They think that these are the two best teams in the league, and that very well might be true. That these are the two best teams in the league. That'll all depend on who's actually in the Super Bowl and what happens, right? Um, but it's important to note that the Seahawks and the Rams have both had, and this reason I bring this up is because schedule and strength of schedule has been a topic this year, especially with the Patriots. The Seahawks and the Rams have both had two of the hardest schedules in the league this season, and they are playing at an elite level. Um, Either one of these teams, I think, no matter which one of them wins, they are going to be the favorite in the Super Bowl. That's kind of like my take here. I mean, maybe you guys can disagree, but just because of the like competition that they've gone up against and also the way that they are able to move the ball and stop the ball from being moved. Right? The Rams have the number 1 offense. I think as far as points scored go, I think the Seahawks are number 2. They're like right behind them. Obviously the Seahawks have the best defense in the league left, right? And you could argue they had the best defense in the league, right? The only one really, Houston, I think might have still been ranked higher than them. But I think the Seahawks defense, at least the last few weeks, granted they were playing against a very beat up 49ers team, but man, did they look good. I mean, they looked really good. They look so much like faster and just more athletic than these guys that they're going up against. And they're young and they've got this energy that's scary. Uh, but the Rams have that veteran quarterback. Matthew Stafford is going to win an MVP this year. Like that much is clear. I mean, you look at the numbers. I don't know how he wouldn't win. Um, this is going to be a banger of a game. I hope, and I think it should be, unless something crazy happens and somebody lays an egg. This game is going to be wild.
I agree.
I
I
am
fully
going to go
agree.
with the Seahawks still, even though your Goodell, prophecy very well may prove to be
Look,
true.
it's in the heart of hearts. The Seahawks are the better team, and they should win the Super Bowl this year. But Goodell's gonna make the call. It's not my choice. I have to do it. I
Yeah,
have
but
to
you
pick
also had the
them.
Steelers winning 9 games and not 10,
Well,
and they ended up losing 10
that's
games
because
this
Goodell
season.
made the
So,
call. He said this man on a podcast that averages 5 views needs to be wrong once and now again. So
yeah, yeah. What do you think, Adam? What's your pick for this game?
Seahawks, and they're gonna win by double digits.
Really, I could see that happening too, but I do
Seahawks
think the
defense
okay,
Seahawks
is
win.
for real.
I'll give you my
Yeah,
real
they are for
prediction.
real.
I think the Seahawks are winning probably like 34 to like 17, something around there. But just
41,
because
I think.
I want to be different. Goodell is Goodelling. Okay.
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 We're script writing.
I'm script writing right
Interesting.
now. I'm actually applying to be the new script writer for the NFL. Ignore it when it says Dak Prescott wins 17 Super Bowls in a row.
I don't. He's gonna be playing 17 years
Hey,
from now.
I'm nice because 3 of them are with the Panthers and 3 of them are with the Giants. I'm giving y'all some friendly stuff. He just
Oh,
bounces.
okay.
He just bounces around
Nice.
some
Thank
teams
you.
and wins y'all Super Bowls. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
After
fine with
winning, after winning, uh, 10 straight Super Bowls with the
Yeah,
Cowboys.
obviously. And I got to give one to the Dolphins for my buddies because they deserve it. I feel bad for them.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
just pain.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
just pain for some of my
Perfect.
Dolphins fans friends. But I'll give the Panthers 3 and I'll give the Giants 3. And
So
they'll
generous.
they'll
Okay.
all be every year
Undefeated seasons.
undefeated seasons, eliminating the Eagles in the worst way possible for the Eagles. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Dak is gonna throw 70 touchdowns and 0 interceptions.
yeah. Dak
10 years in a
Dak is
row.
gonna break Tom Brady's records in one game. Just
Yeah, he's gonna throw 1,000 yards in one game.
saying. He's gonna throw 78,282 yards in one game. What are we talking about? But all right,
Okay, yeah, for
we
sure.
ready? We ready to
Pick six.
it's kind of more like a pick four this week because 2 of them aren't
Yeah,
really
that's true.
relevant anymore. I'll go into that. I say the best. Did I update this? No, I did update this, right?
I,
Yes.
it looks
Best
like you
win is
did.
the
Yeah, it
Seahawks.
looks updated.
Yeah, I don't know why
Yeah,
I'm tripping.
40 to
Best win is
6.
Seahawks. They blew out the Niners. Everybody thought the Niners were going to give them a little bit of a run, and it never happened. Worst loss goes to Adams fraud, Josh Allen, and the Bills.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's crazy. You've had
Just
him on Fraud Watch all
yeah.
season, and it actually like
Adam, when the guy he
it's been
hates
a
on
while.
actually
Yeah, it's
turns
how
out to be
because it's the
trash.
playoffs. That's when it matters.
Uh,
It ain't a wild card game.
best
Quarterback performance.
best performance, honestly, I gotta give it to C.J. Stroud. Really knows how to give it to the other team. Um,
Oh, for sure.
No, I mean, I gave that one. I don't know why it's deleted on here, but it was to Mendoza. He just played a solid game against a really good defense in the national championship, and then that run to win it was insanely good. I get it's not the most eye-popping stat, but he did what he did and he won. That's it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, he
That's the
won them the
best
game.
performance, unlike Josh Allen. Worst coaching decision? D'Amico Ryan not benching CJ Stroud at halftime. How do you have your quarterback throw 4 interceptions in one half and you don't bench him? I don't understand that. You should have put out Davis Mills and given yourself a better chance to win a playoff game. That's it. You give yourself the chance to win. You don't stick with the quarterback because you think he can throw himself out of it because he clearly can't. He's
Do you remember a few
trash.
years ago when the Chargers and the Jaguars were playing in the playoffs, and Trevor Lawrence started the first half with 3 interceptions, 3 or 4,
CJ Stroud ain't
and then
Trevor
came
Lawrence,
back in the
pal.
second half and threw 4 touchdowns?
CJ Stroud ain't Trevor Lawrence. But I stood by
Maybe
the
he
same
thought it was
way.
going to be one of those
I stood
situations,
by the same way. I thought Trevor should have been damn benched then too.
Yeah,
I
but he
don't
was him.
that's just how it is. All right, under the radar, no one. Playoffs, final 4 teams, no one's under the radar. Upset watch, no one. We're in the playoffs. No
I
one's
think
on
the
upset
Patriots
watch.
might be. No, I'm kidding.
I don't think that's an
Uh,
upset. I
just because
still
the yeah, I think just with the
the
injury,
Broncos are the type
like
of team that could win with a backup QB. I'll put it
I
that way.
agree, and I think Sean Payton can coach a quarterback pretty much no matter
Yeah.
who it is. So,
All right, boys, ready for your hot takes?
yeah, I can go first.
Okay.
Um, so here's the thing: when it comes to wins losses, we just discussed nothing's really going to be that hot for this week. So I'm going to extend my hot take towards Super Bowl week.
Oh,
Okay, if
ooh.
allowed. All right.
We'll
Here's
allow it.
my
We'll
hot
allow
take.
it.
Okay, my hot take is that the New England Patriots are going to win another Super Bowl. That is my hot take. Um,
Their
the New England
4 year
Patriots are going to
drought.
win another, and here's why. Here's why. They are going to win because Jerry Jones said that he wanted to be the owner with the most Super Bowls before he retires,
He's just gonna buy
and
the
they're
Patriots,
going to add
buddy.
another one onto the stack
He's
that he
just gonna
has to
buy the
overcome.
Patriots.
No. They're gonna add another one that he's got to go through.
Yeah.
No, but it's a hot take because genuinely, I think the Seahawks are going to win. But how and everybody will pick them. If it's the Seahawks and the Patriots in the end, everybody will pick the Seahawks, and then we could get a situation like the 2001 Patriots against the greatest show on turf. The loss, or they were St. Louis at the time, the St. Louis Rams, and an upset that shocks the world. So that's going to be my hot take. My
Okay.
hot take is the Patriots are taking another one back to Foxborough.
You're sizzling there, buddy. You're sizzling. You're like
Yeah,
fajitas coming out at
I
a
think so.
Mexican restaurant.
That's my hot take.
All
That's my
right.
scalding hot take.
Well, I'll go ahead and say mine because we already know what mine is. The script is scripting. Goodell is Goodelling. The Rams upset the Seahawks this week. Goodell, he's writing it. And he's like, Stafford needs an MVP and a Super Bowl, and yeah, and then he'll retire. That's it. So that's my hot take. Not nothing too crazy. Just
Yep.
following the script. What's yours, Adam?
This is a probably hot take.
All right, that's a good episode. Let's go, boys.
So my hot take is Jarrett Stidham on the Denver Broncos beat the New England Patriots. Jarrett Stidham has 2 touchdown passes.
Okay. Okay. You think Jared
Okay.
Stidham channels? Oh God, he was never good at Auburn either.
I think Adam already shared
Sean
his hot
Payton.
take earlier when he was talking about Peyton Manning.
It's Sean Payton.
Yeah, Jared Stidham, the best quarterback to ever come out of Auburn.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson, the best quarterback to come out of Clemson.
Maybe.
He is.
Maybe.
What do you think
Yeah.
about
By the
that?
way, my hot take extends
just said
to
he
if the Patriots
is.
beat the Rams as well.
You clearly don't know
Um,
Cole Stout, buddy.
You better watch out for DJ.
DJ
Once the Chargers
Uiagalelei is
bench,
calling.
once they bench Herbert, you'll know. You'll
Okay.
know his name.
No hypotheticals. DJ just get it done. Give the ball to him. Let him run.
Yeah, let him throw for.
DJ
No,
gets it done.
that's
Give
a
him the
mistake.
ball
You
and
don't let him
run.
throw.
Let him throw 30 times. Just
Eh,
ask Brandon Streeter.
yeah, Brandon, I have a running back averaging 9 yards a carry on this defense. Let me throw my fucking quarterback 29 times.
Yep.
That was so stupid.
29.
Yeah,
Me and Adam were at work for that game, and we were both saying, "Are like, nah, you're gonna win this. Nah, you're gonna win this." And we kept trying to one up each other with how bad our teams were playing. In the end, I won because fucking DJ was my quarterback, and Antonio
Because you
Williams
lost.
fumbled.
You won by losing.
And I got to leave. And he did.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. All right, boys. I think that was a pretty good episode. A little ranty by me and Adam there, but
Yeah.
Yes.
hey, that's what gets us our 5 views a week.
Yes.
Let's go. We're at 20
I think
subscribers.
they're gonna really love. I'm sure Adam's gonna get all the right attention.
I
for
hope
this
it
one.
blows
Yes.
up, ends up on a Bills fan page, and we get a ton of hate views from Bills fans.
Yeah,
Hope
I
so.
love you, Bills
I hope
fans.
so.
Let me just.
I'd
I
give
cannot
Adam
say
I'd
that.
give Adam the password to the account so
I
he can
love
go
you.
argue with all of them.
Disprove my facts, you.
So
You
one of
bums.
my buddies, and you know him, Adam Bodie, giant Josh Allen fan. I think we should have him on for a debate episode one day with you and him.
I think that'd be a great idea. Well, we're gonna wrap up.
Yep. All right.
All right.
Signing off. Everyone have
Farewell,
a good one.
everyone.
Stay safe. Stay warm.
Thank you for watching.
Yes, sir.